Okay guys, let me say this first. This is for my senior project and I need it to graduate. So can I get everyone's undivided attention? And I'm a very bad public speaker. So I'm a stutterer and I'm gonna go blank a lot. But first off I would like to pray. So everyone please bow your heads. Dear Lord, please help me get this message across. It's about a very important topic that most people overlook. It's very severe, and please help me get these words out. And let these words come straight from your heart and fill my mouth. And let every kid be moved in this room by it. Because my words are nothing without your influence. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so the video that you just saw, it's about depression. And my senior project, I'm trying to raise awareness for depression and trying to tell people that it's actually real and many people suffer from it. And the video is from a charity called 211 Arms, and I'm wearing one of their shirts now. And they go out and help people who suffer from depression, and they're just that extra voice helping them see the light. And so basically, I just wanted to tell you guys that I saw that there's a statistic out there. 1/3 of Americans either suffer or have family who have suffered from depression. And 2/3 of those people go untreated. And if you think about it in this room, that's not that many people. But when you look at the whole entire world, that's billions of people. And 1/3 of those billions suffer. And if you divide that to 2/3 of those, that's a whole bunch of people that suffer. And millions of people die from suicide or just because their depression pushes them that far. And so, basically, To Light Love on Her Arms is a story about a girl who cut, drank, smoked, did drugs, and was a sex addict. And I know we just went over sex in the last series. And it also fits in this series that we're doing about temptation. So, a group of people, they comfort this girl. They took her in before she went into detox. She went into rehab and she couldn't get in for 3 days because cocaine was fresh in her system. So they took her in, gave her a home, gave her a place to live for those 3 days. And they treated her like family. They read the Bible to her. They showed her God. And she's attempted suicide many times. She's cut. She had over 50 scars on her arms. She's done many drugs. Guys have taken advantage of her. And out of all of that, there's people that actually cared to help her. And they were that extra voice that pushed her to the right path. And that was back in 2006. And now she's been sober for 5 years. And there's a high chance of relapse for people who've been addicted to drugs. And basically, they just keep helping her whenever she's in need. And they help millions of other people here in America and over the world. So, basically, the reason why I chose this topic, it's very important to me. Because I've been down that road. I'll be honest, I've almost lost my life. I have popped pills. I've done many things that I regret. And if it wasn't for this charity that I found, I probably wouldn't be here today. I'll be straight up honest with you. And so, my whole idea at first was to raise money for them. But then, all of a sudden it hit me. I was like, there's so many people out there that have no idea that this is serious. That many people die from it. And so, I thought, why not raise awareness for this charity and for depression? And I'm pretty sure all of you may have friends who suffer from this, even if you don't know it. I know many of my friends didn't know that I was going through that, even Mitch. And so basically, if you do have friends and it looks like they're struggling, don't be afraid to go talk to them. Don't be afraid to tell them that you love them. Even if it may seem weird, like for guys telling another guy they love them, it may seem weird at first. But they're your friend and they need that help. that's one thing I didn't have when I was going through this, which was also my fault because I didn't go to anyone and help. But if you do have people, you gotta be that voice, pushing them in the right direction. Because it's very serious, very severe, and there's many types of depression. And so, if you have friends doing drugs, cutting, just need any help, just be that voice, because To Right Love and Honest does all these great things, and they really do move people through all their events and stuff. They host a lot of shows, they do all these events where one of their slogans is "Love is the movement." And it just basically is about how just loving someone can really affect their lives for the better. Even because depression is where, if you don't know, it's basically where you feel alone and like unloved and just you're out there by yourself. And well, everything you do, it just feels like you're doing wrong and your life is falling apart. And so basically, it's really important because many people do die from this and they need help. And I know you can't help anyone unless they really want it, but you gotta push them in the right direction. And whether it's just being there for them to like lean on your shoulder or talk to you. And even if they don't want to talk to you, just talk to them about God. He will plant the seed in them and point them in the right direction. And so that's basically all I have to say. I know it's pretty bad, but I just want to close and say this is serious, and even if you don't know anyone and they do look like they're suffering from this, just go up to them and say, "Hey, do you need to talk?" Like, it may feel awkward, but it's better to have that one awkward moment than risk someone dying. And that's happened. We've had 2 kids at my school commit suicide this year and last year. So that's all I have to say. And I hope somehow this moved you, and if it affected anyone here who does suffer, then I'm here for you if you need to talk. But other than that, thank you for listening.
That we wrote, it fits very well with what this topic is about. The lyrics, some of the lyrics talk about how you're not invisible. Songs for people that have lost hope or feel like no one cares about them, that they're invisible to the world. This song is more from God's perspective, that no matter what, He's always there for them. He always loves us. You guys want to stand and worship? Inside your thank you for having us all here today. Just thank you for having Brandon say that amazing message. I know it definitely moved me, and just I hope it just moved everyone in this room, and just I hope we all just learn from it. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.